Yeah, everyone, welcome again. This is Dr. Obi. So, in today's video, my focus is going to be on the ongoing issues around Mrs. Abike Dabiri Eriwa's action. So, Abike has been trending on Twitter, and for all of the wrong reasons. All of this began when a certain Nigerian decided to commend her for her work in repatriating a Nigerian lady who was trapped in Libya. And in so doing, the Nigerian in question decided to say some very terrible, some very distasteful and derogatory things about people from a part of the country, in this case, the Igbos. Of course, the tweets and Abike's retweet is up there for you to see. And so, my focus in today's video is to put into context this behavior of Mrs. Abike Dabiri Erewa. So let me start by saying that Ms. Abike's behavior is reflective of, if you may, the closet behavior of most Nigerian political officials, Nigerian politicians, whether they're in power or they're out of power. Nigeria is a very polarized country where, ethnicity, religion, sectionalism, are key trump cards, in the governance and the running of the country's affairs. As a matter of fact, this has been the case in the last 50, 60 years, the post-independence life of the country specifically. As you would agree with me, all throughout the years, everything about the country, whether it is in governance or outside governance, has been done along the lines of ethnicity, religion, or sectionalism. Government in, government out, make the appointments based on ethnicity, sectionalism, trying to reward, largely people from their parts of the country. And so it is really not surprising to see, Mrs. Abike, act in this manner. And this is not even the first time she'll be doing something of this nature. Sadly, every official of the government, including Mrs. Abike, are bound by the provisions of the Constitution. So let me perhaps read to us what the Constitution says concerning national integration, which ought to be the responsibility of every government official, including Mrs. Abike Dabiri Erewa. So the Constitution says, and that is in section 15(2) of the Constitution, it says, national integration shall be actively encouraged, whilst discrimination on the grounds of place of origin, sex, religion, status, ethnic or linguistic association or ties shall be prohibited. And if you go further down that same provision, you will see that is under section 15, subsection 4. It says, the state shall foster a feeling of belonging and of involvement among the various people of the federation, talking about Nigeria, to the end that loyalty to the nation shall override sectional loyalties. Now, this is what the Constitution says. Loyalty to the nation shall override sectional loyalties. It simply means that for officials like Abike Dabiri, their loyalty ought to be to the Nigerian nation, which, in extension will mean the Nigerian people, whether they are Igbo, they are Yoruba, they are Hausa, or they are Ijos. However, what we see in this case is the opposite. And Abike and people like her know that nothing will happen to them. She's not going to resign from her position. That is clear. She's not going to lose her job. Why do I say so? Even our employer, the president, when he was making his appointments, in what way did he, adhere to the Constitution, or did he reflect national integration? In the last 2 years, his government has consistently been accused of ethnic bias, particularly, favoring people from the Yoruba ethnic race, to, the detriment of other parts of the country. Even with regards to, federal projects, the same arguments has been made. Of course, the man that was before him, did likewise. And it is not surprising if the person who will come after the current president will do, the same thing. And we have heard of things like this happen even from the president's inner circles, in time past. Let me just play you, a clip, by the president's wife, the first lady, a couple of years back, denigrating the same people, the Igbos, all in a bid, to win votes and campaign for her husband. Watch the video. So I'm sure you have seen the video, and for me that is even much more shocking than Abike Dabiri's, these tweets. But it reflects a bigger problem, which is the fact that when it comes to the Nigerian project, the average Nigerian politician and their kids and kin, they are first and foremost ethnic champions before becoming nationalists or people who are patriotic about the whole idea of what is called Nigeria. So the point is this: the likes of Abike are able to do what they do simply because they understand the game and they understand what operates in the field, and they know that there will be no consequences for the action. While that is very sad and very unfortunate, the reality is that for things to change, it means that Nigerians would have to rise up and stand against things like this. It would amount to making a joke of the whole idea of the Nigerian constitution if actions like this are not condemned in its entirety, and sort of the reasons maybe steps taken to ensure that things like this do not happen again. So in my view, I think Abike must be compelled to come out publicly and apologize, not just to the Igbos, but to all Nigerians. And I think there must be a new era in which the people must collectively begin to hold to account political officials who do things like this, who try to divide the people on the basis of either ethnicity or religion simply for political gains or for political calculations. So that is my take. Thank you for listening to me. As always, please like the video, share, and also please subscribe to this channel. I will see you in my next video. Thank you very much.